Hey guys, welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel. I'm Zoe Wafelbakker and this is Living in Austin. Today we are going to talk about something very relevant to us right now. We just survived winter break and we're going to share with you 20 things that you can do with your small humans over summer break, winter break, school holidays. So let's get to it. Hey guys, I'm Zoe Wafelbakker with Agape Property Group here in Austin, Texas. If this is your first time to the channel, thanks for checking us out. Make sure that you hit that little subscribe button and the notification bell next to it so that you get notified every time that we do a video. And we're rolling out videos every week about what it's like to live, work, eat, play, all the things so that you know before you move. Now, as much as we love making videos, we are licensed realtors here in Austin, and we love helping people even more find a home and community. We are helping people relocate here all the time, and it is our pleasure to be able to help you. So you've got our details below, our phone number. Give us a call, drop us a text, send us an email. Between my business partner and I, Mark French, we are the ones that answer the phone calls and answer the emails, and would love to be able to help you. So enough of that being said, let's crack on with the list. I have a list of 20 things that you can do with your small humans, or not so small humans, during the school holidays. And I mean, so we just went through winter break, and I'm okay. I'm not too traumatized from it. We made it, and we really did. We had fantastic weather this particular winter break. So we were able to get out and about and do a lot of things. Now, this list here isn't specific to winter. You could do it all over the time. Now, one of the last ones is my favorite, just because it's very, very Austin. So if you can stick around to the end, then you'll learn about that. But I hope these are a good treat for you anyway. So we're gonna crack off with number 1, the Alliance Children's Playground. This place is awesome. It's just south of the river. It is huge, and you could seriously spend a good couple of hours there. They've got picnic tables, they've got massive rope climbing structures, rock climbing things, awesome slides, and slides where like 6 kids can go down all at the same time. And yeah, you can spend really good couple hours there because they do have those picnic tables. We've actually been there for a birthday party once, which was awesome. We set up under a tree, and the kids had fun. That was in the summer, so they could also enjoy the splash pad that they have there. Now, our winter break, for the most part was so mild, they actually even had the splash pad going just a week or so ago. So that's really great fun. The thing to know about that is parking requires some patience. There isn't a major, not a very good parking lot for it, but there's people coming and going all the time. So if you just kind of drive around and wait, then you should get a park. Otherwise, you can park at the Palmer Center Event Center parking lot and drive there. Number 2. Now, if you've got more the younger kids, are they into Camp Cretaceous?
This is what camp's about. Who's with me?
It's pretty awesome. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is actually developed by Steven Spielberg, Jurassic Park program. It's all animated, and these kids that are stuck around these dinosaurs. Anyway, My 2-year-old in particular is very much into Camp Cretaceous, so we headed to the dinosaur park. Now that's a little bit out east in the direction of Bastrop, and it is awesome. So they've got these like lifelike exhibits, I suppose. It's like a walk around museum of all the dinosaurs, and it's really, really fun. Like I say, my 2-year-old loved it. The 5 and 7-year-old also loved it. They ran around. There's also a playground at the end and like a sandbox with where they can like dig up fossils, and you know, coincidentally, there's the shop that you have to go through before you leave, which is always takes us a while to get the kids through that. That's pretty cool. Now the cost of that is $11 for adults and $10 for kids between 2 and 12. So that is a paid for one. And I do have a mix here of obviously free stuff and paid for activities as well. So it's not always going to cost you. Obviously the Alliance Children's Playground does not cost you. Now, number 3, the Wildflower Centre. We went there this break. We love the Wildflower Centre, and I'd say if you're living in Austin, especially if you're living in South Austin, because it's going to be closer to you, to get a membership. Our membership, we pretty much do our membership almost every winter. It comes up every winter because they have the most amazing exhibit on called Fortlandia, which is these amazing fort designs throughout the Wildflower acres. Wildflower Centre acres, and the kids have a blast, and they're different every year, so it's really, really fun. The membership costs you the cost, didn't write it down, it's it's $85 for a family, and we certainly got our money's worth with just the winter, the times that we went over the winter. And then throughout the year as well, they have awesome exhibits, and then they've got like light illuminations in the evening that's currently on at the moment, and they also have like great flower shows, native flower sales, so that's really, really cool too. Now number 4, Dreamland. Now this place is really cool. This is a little bit further south, down in Dripping Springs, and this is kind of fun for the kids and the adults. It's a huge area that has disc golf, pickleball, mini golf, it has a splash pad, it has a playscape, and it also has drinks for the adults and the kids, of course. But they've got this really, really cool system. They, you kind of hand over your card, you get one of their cards back, and you can like go and pour yourself a drink, and with that drink, it weighs itself, and then it just runs up its total. You don't even really need to check out. You can just drop that card in one of the bowls when you leave, and they, run up the total, and then it's done. So that's great. The only food option that they have there is pizza at the moment. But yeah, a really, really cool day out. And to kind of do a pickleball court, we just did that over the break. They're about $25 for an hour. It's half an hour for an hour. So a lot of fun for the adults and the kids. Now, cracking on. It's an obvious one, guys, so I'll be quick on it. Swimming, okay? We weren't doing a lot of swimming over the winter break, but I thought I'd throw it in there because you might be seeing this over summer. The ones I'm going to mention are Barton Springs, Deep Eddy, Grassy Springs. You can go out to Jacob's Well, Hamilton Pool. They're great places to go to, and this is just as a reminder. Also, one spot that I haven't mentioned in these videos is the Emma Long Metropolitan Park. That's a great place to go for a dip as well, and it's on the lake, and so you've got a little bit of a beach kind of feel to it as well, in shallow water. So that's a spot as well. Now, number 6, hiking. I know it's another obvious one. But hiking here, you've obviously got Barton Barton Creek Greenbelt. You've also got some really other great places. Emma Long Metropolitan Park. Haven't mentioned it before, now I mentioned it twice. Then you've got, what's a nice one, especially if you've got younger kids as well, is the Mayfield Park Preserve. That's awesome because when you arrive, you're arriving at Mayfield House, and they do often have like weddings there and photos there. Because what also makes it quite special is that peacocks are just cruising around. So that's kind of the entrance, and you go down to the park. It's not a particularly challenging hike, but so it's good for little people, which is nice. And the other one I want to mention is McKinney State Falls Park as well. That's got water and it's a good hike. But there are so many that you can always just reach out to us, and we can hook you up for some other great hikes. Number 7, kayaking or paddleboarding. Great fun. Do it on the lake. Find another spot. I have a friend that's very much into paddleboarding. She's loving San Marcos at the moment, going down the river there. So really good, and you can hire kayaks and paddleboards down by the lake, or by your own, if you do it as much as my friend. Now, movies. The movie cinemas here, and I don't know if this is America or just Austin, but the cinemas here are amazing. When we first came, it's like, oh my gosh, this is like a restaurant with a movie. You get service, the seats are so comfortable, they're wide, you've got, ring a bell and someone will come and bring you a drink and food, and it's fantastic. So the theatres that we enjoy are Alamo Drafthouse and the Movie House and Eatery. They're two of our favourite spots for that full-on, movie/dining experience. Now, going into number 9, going to do some culture, a little bit of culture with the kids. Texas State Capitol Building, that's great. You can do self-guided tours through there, or actually, guided tours. And they've got them all running through the week. And also, you can go to, you're pretty close to the Bullock State Museum, and that is our official museum of the history of Texas. So that's pretty cool. Now, something to know about that, the exhibition galleries are open Wednesday to Sunday from 10 to 5, and the price for those is $13 for adults and $9 for kids between 4 and 17. So that's cool. Now, while you're in that area, you have the downtown Austin Library. I've mentioned this one before, but it is a great one. We sometimes forget about it, to take the small humans. 6 levels, terraces, coffee downstairs, whole level for kids. Awesome. Story time, and just a lot of space for kids to kind of roam about and enjoy books. So that's a really cool one to go to. Going on to number 11 of my list here. Oh, this is cool. So there's a place up north in Round Rock called Play for All Abilities, the Play for All Abilities Park. And the mission is to provide a safe, fun place to play and develop new skills for all abilities. So there are a bunch of things to do there. There's obviously the playscapes, but you've got like a retreat pod, a sensory pod, sandbox pod, rock band pod, rolling hill performance, lawn, playscape, swings, train pod. They've also got now a tree house, a zip line, and all kinds of things. It's pretty awesome. And if you're up in that area, so that's in Round Rock, you can go a little bit further north and check out the Inner Space Cavern in Georgetown. So that is estimated to be 20 to 25 million years old. It's pretty phenomenal. And it is one of the best preserved caves in Texas. So, big thing to note about this, it doesn't flood when it rains as well, which is, good to know. Tickets to there are like $22 for the ages of 13 and up, and $16 for 4 to 12-year-olds. You get a guided tour with that, and that takes about an hour 15. So, and they give you the whole history and how it was discovered as well, which is pretty fun. Now, coming a little bit further south, but still north, you've got the Austin Aquarium. That's our number 13. Now, it's not exactly like SeaWorld, but it's really cool and it's interactive, and you can feed the stingrays. They've got sharks. They've got, well, not just sea life, but they've got like parakeets and birds, and they had something else there that I didn't know the name of, so I'm going to look at it again. What was it? You see the stingrays, tortoises, reptiles, lemurs, and which are pretty cool looking creatures. We haven't been there for a long time, but when we went, the kids had a really good time. It was pretty fun, especially they really like the stingray. Now, on to number 14, and this is all over the Austin area, and we've got one downtown, in Zilker Park, is disc golf. Now, you might think that's more for the older kids, which is great, something for the older kids to do as well. We took our three, our youngest is 2 admittedly, so that was a bit young for her, but we went with a group of friends, and it was really fun doing disc golf with like the 5 and 7-year-old. And now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, disc golf is apparently one of the fastest growing sports in America, and it's basically golf, but with frisbees, and you throw the disc into this kind of net, and it's a lot of fun. I'm useless at it. I think my 5-year-old's a lot better than me, but it is fun to do, and the prices vary per course. It's not particularly expensive at all. And then moving into back indoors, number 15, we've got the THINKERY. The THINKERY is amazing. It's an interactive STEM-like activity center. It kind of makes it sound a little bit smaller than what it is. It's a huge place that has these amazing STEM activities, and you can get a membership to the THINKERY, which is great, and especially because it's in the Mueller area. If you live in that kind of northeast area, you can benefit from some of those programs that they run on the weekly, that for just infants right up to older kids as well. So there's a lot of science stuff there, and interactive fun things. So THINKERY is pretty amazing. Now then, here's one for the grown-ups, number 16, grown-ups and the kids. We discovered a place the other day. It's a brewery. It's not the first time I've discovered a brewery, but this one is really central. It's just off I-35 and near Ben White, and it's called Meanwhile Brewery. And I've got no affiliation to these companies that I mention, but I went there and I thought it was pretty cool because it's a massive space itself, but it's also it's got an awesome classic kind of playscape, and we actually went after soccer with the kids, so we still had a soccer ball, which was cool because on the other side there's this small that soccer field, and the kids had a blast, like, because they had their soccer balls and they were just like running about and putting them, it's not shooting, it certainly isn't shooting hoops, but kicking into the goal. There we go. They had such a good time. So that's, there are other breweries that, are around as well that do have, facilities for kids as well, but there's something to think of, thinking about the adults here as well. Now we're going further out for number 17, and it's to Johnson City. Johnson City was home to President Johnson, Lyndon Johnson, and the place there, the reason we went out there was because they have an awesome Christmas light display. And really, out of all the lights that we did this year, the Johnson City was a favorite by far. Absolutely amazing. We even took like an old tractor trailer ride around the town, and there's an antique tractor association that does that. They take donations, so make sure to do cash if you see this next Christmas. But it's awesome. So that's why we're out there for that. So the most random thing as well, I'll show you a picture of these 2 horses, and there was a little dog sitting on the horse. My kids were obsessed. It was so cute. But the reason I bring it up is the Science Mill. They have another great interactive play place. So if you are going out to Johnson City, or we're going to do the lights, you know, go earlier to do the interactive play STEM activity center there, and then you could go on and do the lights. But what you could also do to do a full day activity, you could do the Science Mill and then head on to number 18 is to the Exotic Resort Zoo. Now, this is really cool. When we were in the height of COVID and lockdown here, everyone was, it's like, what do we do with the kids? And so we went out there. We've done it twice actually, and it's really fun. It's a drive-through exotic zoo. So you're going to see like zebra, you know, tomato, zebras, you're going to see camels, and they'll come in and they'll literally put their head into your window and to be fed. You buy some pellets, and it's really fun. They've got bison, they've got gazelles, they've got all kinds of exotic zoos. It's really, really cool, and the kids had a blast. They even have cabins there as well if you wanted to actually go out there and stay for a couple of days or one night. Now, number 19. This one is more seasonal. So what is fun, we do have the local farms around here that will do like the pumpkin patches, or they even have, you know, cut your own Christmas tree. They did have that this year. And there's also berry picking. Now often at these little local farms, they'll have like kind of petting zoo style. They'll have animals there. And they'll also have like other activities, fun activities like big bouncy houses and games. And so we've been to several of them. The ones that come to mind are Sweetberry Farm and Sweet Eats as well. And there was another one that we went to in Creedmoor that was really good for pumpkin patches, which is more southeast instead of going far, far north. Which I can't remember the name. Mama someone's. So that's awesome. Now, number 20. Number 20. Leave this one to the end because I think it's classically Austin. It's been around since 1948. It's the Peter Pan mini golf. Can you believe that? It's been around since 1948. It's been owned by the same family, owned and operated by the same family. So that's why I mention it, is because that is so classically Austin. It's just located off Barton Springs Road. So it's got a really nice central location. It's really affordable. They've got 2 courses and 2 18-hole courses, and it's so you can do both if you want. Do a 36-hole course, and it's like $8 to do an 18-hole course. So that's it, guys. There's 20 things for you to be able to do with your kids over holiday. Obviously, that's not just it. There are plenty more other things, but that's what we're giving you for today. If you want the links to these, to all of these things, reach out to us. Our email's below, text, give us a call. We can send you all the links to this so that when you're out doing, you know, a bit of a recce, checking out Austin, that you can check out some of these things as well. So until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you need any help in your move, make sure you reach out. Take care. Bye.